Hey everybody, it's Mara Van Horn with Auntie Corn Leadership Strategies. And if you watched yesterday's video, you know that I'm embarking on 100 days of practice. So this is day 2 of 100. We're towards 100. So if we're counting backwards, like 99 bottles of beer on the wall, there are 199 bottles of beer still left on the wall. 98 after we finish this video. So I wanted to share a tip with you all, given that this came up for me today, and I was thinking about what's something that I can share with you all that might be constructive. And what I came up with is based in a story. So at my job today, I piloted a new event. And I like to play things pretty cool on the outside, but it wasn't super easy to organize this event. We had lots of delays. We didn't really get to promote it the way I wanted to promote it. And I was pretty nervous that no one was going to come. And I worked myself up into a lather. I went down a slippery slope into a pretty dark place inside. Never breathed a word of it to anyone, just kind of used a couple of like halfway snarky comments to kind of, off gas some of that anxiety that I was experiencing. And so the time came for the event. We set up and people came. Was it Madison Square Garden full? No, it was not. But people came in decent enough numbers to make the event like a real thing. And the pilot went off as intended without a hitch in the event part. And, the rest of the day kept going. None of the outcomes that I was worried would happen happened. We just did the event and proved the concept, and now we have some time to really get out there and like tweak some things with the event format, but also we've got a lot more time to promote and invite and get the word out there about this new event. And so like nothing bad happened at all. And it made me realize how easily we as humans can slip into negativity. And not only that, I was reading somewhere that hearing a bunch of bad news or always being confronted by bad news or negative news stories like can affect your brain and can affect the way you're thinking. And that really gave me pause because I try to keep up on things. I try not to delve too deeply into things that I have no hope of controlling, or like my big triggers. I try to stay away from news about those. And yet the nature of my work and the populations that I work with, it certainly requires some level of news awareness. And so there's a reason for me to be in the headlines and on the sites. And also I can get lost in the scroll. I can check more often than the once a day that I try to limit myself to. I can do it while walking or walk right after doing that and like again release some of that energy, like give off some of that energy. And I'm not doing those things. And so falling into that negative bias was so easy. And not only that, because I was being too cool for school, I did not reach out for any help or support. No one knew that I was having anxiety over it. And by no one knew, I'm not saying that my colleagues don't know me and might not have like caught some tells, but what I'm saying is I did not reach out to anyone. I did not tell anyone. And so I couldn't receive any help, any assistance. So my message for you today is, use the frame, if it serves you, use the frame of, but what if it goes right? But what if everything's good? For now. Like, if there's a bear chasing you, then for sure, go do what you got to do. But really, if there's not a large animal about to eat you, if there's not a large vehicle without any brakes barreling down and you're directly in its path, like, let's leave the danger where it actually is. Let's not borrow trouble, as my grandmother would say. And what if it's all good? So before you get into the spiral, when you first feel yourself kind of letting those negative thoughts gain momentum and kind of building worst case scenarios in a kind of cycling situation, what if it's all good? What if it goes right? What if it all works out? And then secondly, and I'm talking to myself, you just happen to be here listening in, what if you shared that? What if you told someone? In the 80s, right? Say no, then go, then tell someone you trust. If someone, you encountered stranger danger or whatever, don't make yourself a stranger to yourself. So say no, I will not do this in isolation. Then go, then tell someone you trust. That's my word for today. I'll see y'all tomorrow for a new video. Adios. Oh, like and subscribe, all of those things. I appreciate you. And we're almost to 50, and then we can work on getting our minutes watched up, and then we can do like lives so that it can be more of a conversation. So looking forward to when that day comes, but until then, make good choices. Trust yourself. Don't do things in isolation. Okay, for real now. Adios.